Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. Thanks for checking into my channel. And today we are going to take a trip back to the 1980s and get to know your girl here, me. The video is going to be a few parts. First, we are going to do my hair with a vintage tool that I still have in my stuff. It actually disappeared for a while because I had moved and everything is a hot mess. At least something in my life is hot. We're first going to work on my hair. You can see I've got some makeup on. And this is not exactly how I would typically wear my makeup in the 80s. I went through a period where I was doing that thing and lining the rims of my eyes with eyeliner because I thought that looked cool, but I never really could master that. I still have problems, it seems like, with eyeliner running. That's just a thing for me. Another element with this is that we are going to try on a vintage gown of mine that I got around the time that I ended up getting the hair tool, and I used the hair tool when I was wearing the gown. We're going to see if it still fits. This particular gown I wore to a winter formal, and then I ended up wearing it to a prom in the 90s, early 90s, very early 90s, because there was somebody that I dated who was a graduate in the early 90s. We are going to try on that gown. I did try it on not long ago, but I've gone through a bit of a body transition. It's possible it may fit me. It did fit me, but it was a little bit snug. So in that case, we will have a plan B and a different outfit. But right now, you'll see I'm in the Purple Rain with the lovely Prince. And then we'll have the grand reveal and you will know which gown or which dress I will be wearing on the catwalk, which I'll show you my version of the catwalk in my house in just a little bit. This gown my daughter ended up wearing to her prom. So check out a picture of how she looked in it, and then I will show you a picture of how I looked in it. Let me share a little backstory about how my daughter ended up wearing this dress. I purchased another red dress for her that's a contemporary and new red dress in a store that we both love over the summer of 2021. When it came close to prom time, however, when she tried that dress on, it didn't fit her anymore. She had gained weight, which was why she could no longer fit into that other dress, and was proud of that because she said, "Mom, I needed to gain weight." I'll share a little bit more about the backstory with my dress when I share with you a photo of me wearing it. But I wanted to share with you a little bit about my daughter and how proud I am of her because she doesn't have that body image mindset that I had at her age, and it makes me very happy. Getting back to the original story about her ending up in my dress, though, then this left us a problem with what is she going to wear to the prom? After stressing out for a little bit about what we were going to do with getting her a prom dress, I said to her, "You know, I have this dress from the 80s that's up in the attic. Why don't we just try it on and see how it looks?" I brought the dress downstairs to her and she tried it on and was just amazed and said, "Mom, I love it so much. I actually love it more than I love the dress that you had gotten for me." You can see a photo here of my beautiful daughter who's also got a very beautiful heart, and she's wearing the dress. She went to the prom and had an amazing time. She went with a bunch of her friends and it was just a memorable day. And nobody else had this same dress, of course, because it was purchased in the 1980s. I can tell you we are not able to return the dress that we had purchased because we had bought it from a store that specializes in closeouts. And like me, my daughter has now become a person that likes to shop at sales. When I originally bought this dress, it was also on sale and it was on the clearance rack, which I was tickled with because I loved it. It was a little bit larger on me at the time, but I got it for such a great price. And who knew that it would have such an enduring legacy? And aside about the dress that we had purchased for my daughter, there is an organization that's called Project Self Sufficiency that's in our area, and they have a prom dress shop that they have each year that gives dresses to people who are in financial need. And so we are planning to donate the dress that we had purchased for her to that effort. So you get a glimpse into my life. This is moi, with my friend Joe. He is still my friend, and we have been friends since we were 5 years old. Backstory here is Joe had been my date to several events. There was nothing that went on between us. I'm telling you, we were just friends. Seriously. No, we seriously were. There was never anything that went on beyond the friendship, and he's a really good guy. Here's another picture of us. This was taken at his house. I was actually the only one who could drive then, and I picked him up with my little Renault Alliance, and I was wearing this gown. You might notice I was a tiny little girl there. Part of that, and I'm not ashamed to admit this, is I was struggling with an eating disorder. You can see how tiny my arms were in these photos, but that was actually bigger than I had been. Now, I can tell you I have had my weight go up and down since then, and I am not, it's not something that upsets me. Through some situations, I did recover from anorexia, and I thank God for that because I would not be here. I was down to about 96 pounds. I just went through a thing where I just felt bad about myself and thought that losing weight, because I had lost a little bit of weight because somebody told me I needed to in my life, that it would be the magic cure to everything in my life, and that's not true. At that time, having this condition, and most people didn't know, it was kind of a walk of shame. But I tell you, there is no shame in it, and if you need help, there are resources to help you. You shouldn't have to live your life feeling trapped like that. And that's how I felt, and that was the only thing in my life that I could control. What is true, and to have a heart-to-heart with you, is that I discovered that God loved me who I was. And so I didn't need that. Since I would say the start of the pandemic or so, I have lost maybe about 15 pounds. I have had an up and down journey with exercise, but I found a great trainer that I watch on YouTube, Paula B. If you need her link is below. I love her. She is the best middle-aged fitness friend that a girl could ask for. I do her workouts every day. It's a moderate workout. I do that first thing in the morning, and then I do a vintage Jack LaLanne workout on Saturdays, and on Sundays, I do a vintage Debbie Drake. Okay, so I think I have talked enough, and I probably talked your ear off by now. Do you still have them? I've got mine. We are going to go take a walk on the catwalk so you can see it. This is the catwalk. Not a very traditional catwalk, but I call it that because you can see this is where my kitties are, and this is where my kitties, my real kitties, often like to hang out. And I pick the outfit that I am going to wear. I will walk on this catwalk in it, and you will know which one I've got. We are in my bathroom, and this is where all the fun is going to happen with my hair. And I'll show you the dresses. You can kind of see one in the mirror right there. Maybe you can see it a little bit. It's hanging up. I'll show you the vintage gown and some of the accessories that I'm going to be trying on. You can see here the lovely dress. Now with the changes in my life, at the time that I was wearing the dress in that first photo that you saw of me, it was unaltered. But in the 90s, when I went to that prom with that young man, the dress actually had been altered because it was really actually kind of big on me even then. It was one of the, I think it was like junior size 13. We can look inside at the tag, but that was something that was, you know, too baggy on me. And you can see here, Steppin' Out is the brand name. Actually, it was a size 9, which I was wearing a dress, and I'm very excited to say, I was just wearing a dress that I got in a vintage store, and it fits me, and it's a size 9. So hopefully there will be some, this might fit me for once, who knows? And if this doesn't work out, we have another dress. This is Helene Blake dress that my daughter picked out for me when we were shopping. I thought it was a really cool iridescent dress that changes from black to red. So it may not work out. This dress is a size 8, women's size 8, and it fits me. You can see, we'll talk a little bit more about shopping for vintage and what to look for, but this is made in the USA. So it, I would say, is 80s, maybe late 80s, early 90s. You can see, actually, I think I got it for less than that at the Salvation Army. This is my purse that I used at all of these events, and I got this in the 80s. I used this actually for my one prom, not that dance, but red was and still is a favorite color of mine. So I have this lovely bag. No Cinderella can be complete without shoes. And these were my shoes that I wore to all of these events. They're satin shoes. They're a little snug on me because I admit my feet have changed in size. They've gotten wider, but these were from Bloomingdale's, and yep, these are circa 80s. I think I maybe got these in about 88. As you can tell, I'm a little bit of a collector. I prefer not to use the term hoarder because that tends to have negative connotations to it. But I do like to keep and collect things, and I think it is important. We live in a generation which isn't necessarily about collecting. I do like the reusing that we do and the donations, but I think a lot of people are transient and wanting to downsize. But I think if you can collect, it's really important. I am one of those people who does like it. Maybe it's up to somebody like me who enjoys collecting and likes to keep stuff because, you know, we need to keep it just for history's sake. This is the tool that we'll be using. This is the Conair Geometrics, and it is a spiral iron tool. As I said, this one was my personal one, this fitting at least. We'll talk more about that in a future video. I'll leave that fun for that. But you can see there is still blonde hair in there, and that was mine, so I'm not eked out. And it's getting warm. Ah! So since we're a little low budget here, sorry about that. Since we're a little low budget here, and geez, I better not put this on top of the hair tool. We're having all sorts of mix-ups here. I don't have a tripod right now that is functioning correctly. So you are actually in my medicine cabinet watching all this fun as I get my hair done. That part should hopefully be successful with getting some coils in here because we know it is hot and it works. It does smell a little burny. Hopefully my hair is going to be okay. Sorry, Kiara, my hairstylist. I am very sorry. And I just dropped a bottle of micellar water into the sink. So we are going to speed through this because I am not going to be that fast, obviously. I wish I was, because this would be done sooner and we have someplace to go. So I'll see, you just kind of put this on here and you run it through. And so I will keep this one slow for the first bit. And then we'll see if we got a curl. Otherwise, we're screwed, guys. It's a good time to go to the bathroom, get some popcorn, or whatever. All right, I hope I'm not burning my hair. Whee! Here we go. So we're gonna race through this next bout, and I'll see you on the other side. My attachment does not sound like it's the best. It's missing a screw on the end. Somehow went somewhere. Decided to stay in the 80s maybe. It's one of those things, and you can see I added my own current hair to this one. I got some hair stuck in it. You can get your finger on the barrel and it can hurt, guys. Maybe it's one of those things. You don't try this at home and you leave it to me. I'm going to shut this off and let it cool down. It doesn't smell like it's burning as much, but maybe my hair does. I don't know. You'll see that I do have a different appearance than I did in that photo. Anyway, it's good enough. But we have something else that we need. No 80s hairstyle is complete without Aquanet. So we're going to spray some of this on just to finish it off. I don't usually use hairspray anymore, and I promise you this is not one from the 80s. I did buy this not long ago because I needed a very powerful hairspray. Yeah, it's super strong. The next stop is the reveal. So let's see, is it going to be dress 1 or dress 2? All right, I'll see you there. So the dress fits, but it doesn't fit totally. So it is not an issue in my waistline, but it is in my bust line. You know, that's what happens when you're vintage. I will try on the other dress and show you what that looks like just for good measure. You can see the shoes are here. Oh. Yeah, that's my happy camera person, my girl. I think it's still, I mean, should we show them the back?
No.
Okay, we're not going to show you the back. Really, it just can't zip up. I have one dress like that in the 80s, and my mom essentially had it so that it did not have a zipper all the way in the back and it was open. It still works, so guys, somewhat, just for stuff like this. We will try the other one on. Hey, so here I am in the other dress, the Helene Brooks one. I think I got the name right. It's like both black and red at the same time. It's kind of like that Facebook picture. Is the shoe pink or is it blue? If you remember that whole thing that we were all obsessed with on Facebook. You can see there are my shoes. They look nice with this. These shoes are actually starting to feel a little comfortable again. But I can turn around with this dress so you can see I can really be on the catwalk here. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and please subscribe. I look forward to sharing more fun and interesting and informative content with you about the 20th century. Bye-bye. If it's visible, but yep, there is some blonde hair in there. Ooh, sorry about the shake. All right. Hairstyle is complete without Aquanet, blah, 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 blah. Maybe I shouldn't say that for legal reasons.